What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Celtic Woman. And we're returning to the 2004 self-titled album. And the next tune is Ave Maria, which I'm assuming is based on the Schubert composition. That is to say, there are a couple other compositions out there. I think the second most famous is by a French composer in the 19th century, but I believe he took a melody from Bach and arranged the text of Ave Maria to that Bach melody. I think there's also one from the 20th century from a Russian composer, but most times you hear a performance of Ave Maria, it's based on the melody written by Schubert, Franz Schubert, and indeed, the Ave Maria I first heard was in the 1940 original Fantasia Disney film, where it's linked to Night on Bald Mountain by Modest Mussorgsky, and I think is the very final piece of the film. So yes, ultimately that is arranged with a larger arrangement, meaning it was originally written by Schubert for solo voice, but in Fantasia it's like a choral arrangement, and it has a fuller sound. But ultimately the melody I think many people are familiar with. Of course I'm keen to hear it with the Celtic Woman singers' wonderful voices. I wonder if it will be a solo performance or whether there will be backup singing by other members of the group with a lead doing the primary melodic line. But either way, I imagine this is going to be a very beautiful performance of an already beautiful melody. So let's give it a listen. This is Celtic Woman and their performance of Ave Maria from their 2004 self-titled album. So I'm less certain now. Number one, it felt a bit more folksy, although it also felt like a church choir type of performance vocally, and I do love the dramatic pitch shifts that she could do. And indeed, it was a solo vocal performance, but we had that, I think, acoustic guitar. Maybe it was a like bowed string instrument but played pizzicato. I'm not sure, but it, as I said, in some ways had a more folksy feel than the version that, of course, my brain goes to, which is that Fantasia rendition, which again is not how Schubert originally wrote it. But yeah, like melodically, I felt like it was less familiar than I expected it to be. So I don't know if maybe that's based on the Bach melody rendition of it, or if it was the Schubert arrangement, but ultimately because of the different sonic setting here, it just hit my brain differently. So I'm sure some people out there will know. Do comment if you have some insight. But yes, whether or not it is actually the Schubert composition, it's very beautiful, it's very tender, it has a very solemn religious feel to it, which of course, given the subject matter, is the essence of the piece. But yes, ultimately it feels like the kind of tune that if you were looking for some renewal, you could listen to, and it could give you that invigoration or strength which you're seeking. Nevertheless, I do look forward to hearing more, which it seems like a number of these tunes are indeed based on traditional tunes, or at least pieces that have been, arranged by different composers and appeared. The dog is singing his praises for the performance as well. But yes, from more, again, traditional folk and other sources, which is to say, maybe there are someone here that are actually written anew by Celtic Woman, but it does feel like a lot of these are drawing on a cultural heritage rather than just being a collection of songs they wrote for an album. In any case, the next one will be Send Me a Song, so we'll look forward to that. Let me know what you think of this, and I will see you next time. Peace.